pay cut. That pay cut. Whenever I never say much. Whenever I talk, just not here to like I care for things to be. People are leaving the shame on me. Now, I'm COVID. I thought it's open.
The NFL is on EA Sports, and we're at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. With the echoes of Cannon Blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with the Los Angeles Rams. Here's the former Utah Ute, Matt Gay, to get this one started. And off we go from Tampa. Taken at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And his first pass is incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Now Brady. Eluding the pressure right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. Brady to throw for it on 4th down. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
Mike 51. Watch the run. Watch the run. It's soft, baby. That's baby soft. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
Another try after the first down sack. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Leonard Floyd picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Leonard Floyd getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Off the fake to Akers, here's Stafford. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, Del Beckham Jr. with a diving grab. A big play there for L.A.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Stafford. Flush to his right. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
So after the INT, it's Brady. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. Brady gives this one off to Jones. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Brady. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there.
Touchdown! Complete at the 1. Odell Beckham, 59. The NFL is on EA Sports, and we're at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the Arizona Cardinals. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
Brady's throw on target to Godwin here. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Looking for Godwin again, and he's got him once more. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Brandon, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him. 2 plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that well. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Brady. This is caught by Evans. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. So 4 plays, Charles, all passes here on the opening drive and already in the red zone.
And even if you're planning for them to throw the football a lot, on the opening drive, if they go 4 for 4 on you, you're off balance on defense. I've been there before. And part of you keeps thinking, they've got to run it at some point, right? They've got them really mixed up at this point. If I were them, I'd keep pressing the advantage. They're throwing it really well.
Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Succop. And that makes the score 7-0. So look at this. They got the 7-0 lead in the pocket, and they're going to try an onside kick. And the Cardinals' hands team able to secure the football. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Back to the ground on first down, Edmonds. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On second down, this is Edmonds. And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs' 19-yard line. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. They'll roll him out right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Cliff Kingsbury going to decide here to leave the offense out and go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. So why go for that there? First half, you could have tied the game at 7. Why try to get the lead?
Feels like an analytics call, doesn't it? That's starting to really get into the game where they're studying where you can make extra points and the whole deal and, get an advantage. But I don't know that we have enough data yet to really say this is the right play or the wrong play. Maybe in 2 or 3 more NFL seasons.
Could change.
Exactly. 2 or 3 more NFL seasons, I think we'll have a much better study and much better case of what we're going to do.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
2nd and 10. Here's Brady to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Rip left. Switch. Check three. Come on. Check the backer.
After the turnover, here's Murray. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
I'm here all day. Watch the ship. Ship. Check nickel.
On play action, it's Murray. And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
I need to get my
Touchdown,
swag right there.
Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, 66 yards. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now the Bucs are going to go for 2 here.
Defense wins championships, baby. 58, boys. 58. 58. It's Mike. All you get is a headache.
Brady will look to throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Cardinals are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. On the return, Andy Isabella. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Shotgun now from Murray. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moore. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. First down, Murray. And looking for Kirk, but this pass is intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Bucs are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. From the 25 on 2nd down, Brady. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A give to Jones. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Brady. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on 3rd down.
No, 66. 58, right over there, yeah.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Cards are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. Forced out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And he's got the hook up to Moore. Room here to run. Touchdown, Cardinals. Rondale Moore, 50 yards. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Cliff Kingsbury going to decide here to leave the offense out and go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Taken from about the 12. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Tighten up. Pull it together. 58, boys, 58. 58, Mike.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 43. Brady. Got a man. It's Brashad Perriman. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, the give to Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. 2nd down, another shot for Jones. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
He wasn't ready. He wasn't ready.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out in a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you've got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. A shotgun give to Fournette. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Fournette running out of the gun, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right.
Here's Jones. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make him punt it. Interesting, a chip shot field goal here would give them the lead, but instead, they're going on 4th down. Brady going to throw. This is a diving effort by Evans. What a catch. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Extra point put through by Succop, and that'll make this a 6-point game. 4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Daniels on the return. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they've still got a shot.
Again, they run with Edmonds. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They go quickly here out to Moore. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
They'll run on first down, Edmonds. And down to the 36-yard line here. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Another carry now for Edmonds. And he'll go down at the 28. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Mike Edwards picks it off. And the Buccaneers will... EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at newly named State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now the big leg of Matt Prater ready to get this one started. And we are underway here on EA Sports. Pulls it in at the 13. And able to get this out to the 25. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a give to Fournette. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They hand this one to Gronk. And this is going to be a Bucs first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
I'm laughing because I'm not so sure I would have made this call. I'm not so sure I would have said, yeah, let's go ahead and get this one, especially at this point of the game. But give him credit. He had a feeling and carried it through.
Yeah, that's one where you think, okay, if you're down, 2 minutes left, the ball's near midfield, you go for it. But in this stage, at that part of the field, but like you said, it worked. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
He's checking. Crash. Hey, go 66. Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
From the gun, it's Brady. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10, down at the 31. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Here's Jones again on 2nd down. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. To throw, it's Brady. He'll let one go deep for Howard. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. O.J. Howard, 39 yards. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive, maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
They're going to keep it on the ground, and he will get in to make it 8-0. The penalty got him half the distance to the goal down to the 1, made that try a little easier.
Yeah, without a doubt, and it opens up your playbook, doesn't it? From the 1-yard line, run, pass, do whatever you want there, and they did it successfully.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Daniels on the return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
45. Mike, 45. Check pass. Check pass. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Green. Quick dash. Come. Jam.
Play action. Now it's Murray. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start.
Deuce. Come back. 45's the mic.
Play fake. Murray.
Let's make these babies crawl all the way back home.
This is caught. It's Kirk. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big connection on that one. 37 yards. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. Murray now on 1st down. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Zach Ertz there to make the grab. And now the Cardinals are within a 2-point conversion of tying up this game. Cliff Kingsbury going to decide here to leave the offense out and go for 2.
Check. Rush in. Watch the edge. Watch the twist.
They're going to try and run. And he'll get in to tie this game at 8. Well, it's definitely early enough here. They didn't need to go for 2. They didn't have to go for 2, but hey, they did. We're all tied at 8.
Is this one of those anything you can do, I can match?
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what we got on that one. Neither one of these teams wants to give any ground, do they?
A fairly short kick from the 14. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now Jones. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with Fournette. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw is Brady. That'll be caught. It's the tight end, Howard. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Let's go. Wait, 10, wait, 20. 25's the mic. Hey, check. Slam. Hey, ball 66.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Working with 2nd and 5 now.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of...
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Leonard Fournette, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs have taken the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Moore now on the return. And not a good return at all. Down inside the 10, all the way back at the 7. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Now the question, what do you do here? Time not really an issue. You got over a minute, but you figure from this spot you'd need a good 50, 60 yards to even consider a field goal try.
Yeah, so there's optimism there, but there's also...
And now off to the races, down the right side. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. Christian Kirk, 93 yards. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Well, they were back in the shadows of their own goalpost, and that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, the conservative, easy call, run the football, take care of it, create some space, pump the ball away. But no, let's throw it. And sometimes a defense's aggressiveness is used against them because when you've got people backed up, your natural inclination is to try and really force them back, and sometimes they get burned that way.
And they got burned there. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
All day, baby. Let's go.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go here before intermission. Throwing on first down is Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Brady now on first down. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field. Have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Brady now to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Bradley Pinion now to punt for the Bucs on fourth down. Returning it is Moore. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it first and 10. Now Murray off play action. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Watch the run.
A final shot before half from Murray.
Check 24.
Trying to lay one up deep. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone. So a perfect finish to the half. They get the touchdown on the final play, and 2 more for good measure. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Levante David in on the tackle. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run with Edmonds again. And he gets it down to the 32.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Edmonds a first down and more. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 40 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Darrell Daniels punching it in from a yard away. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. The sack backs him up 3rd and long. Tough challenge for Brady and the Bucs. Operating from the gun. Brady. This one complete to Scott Miller. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. They do go for it. It's Brady. Oh, that's into a double team.